So I've got to make some display shelves for a craft fair I'm going to in a few weeks. So let me show you how I built them. I've got some ash here. This ash is very dense and very difficult to work with. Took a long time to run through my planer, and it still needs a lot of work. But I've got 3 of these at 1 inch thick and 2 of these at 1 1/8 inch thick. These are going to be my legs, and these are going to be my shelves. They're 3 feet long for the shelves, and about 7 to 8 inches. One is 7 1/4 inches, and the other 2 are 8 inches wide. This one is 8 1/4 inches wide. The dimensions aren't exactly crucial, but except for where you have to put in the little tabs for where they're going to go together. So those will adjust depending on what size boards you have. These are these tabs I'm talking about. You'll have 2 of those on each of the shelves, and then you'll have on the legs 3 of those. So these on the legs need to be 1 inch wide for mine, and if your stock is a little bit different, you just have to change that thickness. There's also one in the back for the back leg to support this all. I've got a piece that's 1 inch wide that I'm using for that. To create my shape for this, I pounded in some nails, and then I used my ruler here, metal ruler, and I just held it here and pushed it out here, and then just took a marker and marked my edge here. I also had done the same thing on the front when I had some nails there. The angle I have here, I chose for this to be 30 degrees because it's going to sit back on the tabletop. This is 30 degrees off of 90, so it's actually a 60-degree angle on here, but you're going to, on your miter saw, that's going to be set at 30 degrees to make this cut, and the one on the other side. To get the angle for those tabs, I used this bevel, set it to this angle, and then used it to mark my spots and locations for these. I made these 9 inches center to center on all the shelves along this edge. I screwed these 2 boards together outside of this line because I know this is going to be waste. I just put one there and one over there, so that way I can make my cuts and I know they'll be exactly the same. For this one, it measures almost 27 inches from this point to this point. Again, that measurement isn't quite critical, but I just wanted to have enough wood here so that I could get a nice curve in here and it'd be strong enough to hold that shelf in place. So now I'm going to cut out these tabs. Just going to use the bandsaw for this as well. Many different ways you could do this, but using the bandsaw. So now I'm using my table saw and my table saw sled to cut these. It's just too wide to try and do on the bandsaw. So we've got it all put together. I put these back braces on, cut them basically the same way, just put a little notch in around those and then cut them to length, nice and solid. It's not going to fall over. So all I got to do is sand this up, put a little finish on it, and it will be good to go. So the way these work, Just put them together like this. There's no screws needed. It's good that they're a little tight. These will be nice to be able to take to a craft fair, and I can break them down and they'll travel very in a very condensed space, which will be really nice. Thanks for watching. I appreciate the support.